So today marks the completion of my project, the Top Flight Spitfire, which came in this box, but ended up looking like this. This is the 63-inch Gold Edition, and it is modeled after something called the Silver Spitfire, flown by an RAF pilot named Tom Beale, who joined up with the Allied P-51 squadron flying out of England and stripped his Spitfire down to the aluminum and flew along the aluminum P-51s. The Spitfire is powered by a brand new Sato FG21 4-stroke gas engine, and it has the RCS turbo muffler installed, just slightly protruding, and there's the exhaust there with the fuel and vent. In order to keep the switches concealed, I elected to change the build of the fuselage so that this section right here could be removed. This is a fiberglass formed hatch with 3 layers of 4-ounce glass laminated over wax paper to get the shape correct, painted with a chromium colored Tamiya paint and magnets, which then align with the magnets on the top panel here where they're bearing the switches and the chargers, and that will hold it in place. The Sato FG21 has master air screw composite 15.7 propeller. Don't know, you haven't done the maiden yet. And the retracts here are the E-Flight 60-120 size 90-degree retracts. Gear doors were made of the same 3 laminate 4-ounce fiberglass panels or gear doors, which were then riveted and painted. And I did it this way instead of making wood doors so that I could heat them up and bend them, which would fit the contour of the lower wing perfectly. This is a full-size pilot that I've lovingly named Clive, and he is from warbirdpilots.com. He is a 1/7, 1/8 scale full-length pilot. He has his right hand on the stick and his left hand is on the throttle. I don't know if you can see in there exactly, but he is ready to take off. The airplane has been finished in 3/4 ounce glass, filled, primed, panel lines, and rivets using the broken or 45-degree cutoff drill bit on a Dremel tool, which creates these very nice rivet markings on the airplane. The paint I used was from a company, a German company called MIPA, M-I-P-A, it's a little spill on there, MIPA Vichrome, which is a chrome lacquer, very, very fumy, so you have to be very careful with a respirator when you're painting this. Then the lacquer clear coat I used, all-clad gloss. So with the radio turned on, I have the Spitfire up on a couple of boxes here to show you. These are electric retracts, which are slightly uneven, just like the real one, as they retract and go down. Here's my vent in the front there. Not sure if the cowl is vented enough for this engine, but that remains to be seen. Here's a shot of the split flaps, also painted in the inside with that green chromium color in their deployed state. And here's so there's some tweaking I need to do with the arm to make sure there's no binding still. The rudder, and the elevator. Everything seems to be working. Aileron. So there it is. After many, many months of stopping and starting, I'm happy to report that this plane is done. This was copied as best I could after an airplane from a couple of German modelers, Tobias and Markus, who made a magnificent version of this, also with the MIPA Vichrome paint. This is where I got the idea. This paint most closely reflects a aluminum finish. There's a lot of reflection. This is after the clear coat has been applied, which is always the problem with airplanes that are sprayed with chrome. The clear coat removes the reflection, but not this stuff. So there it is, the Top Flight Spitfire Mark 9, just about ready to go.